Hello again. So we were discussing about power plant engineering. Now we'll be discussing the unit 3, that is nuclear power plants. So firstly we'll discuss about the basics of nuclear engineering. What are they and how we use the power of nuclear energy in producing electricity. So we have chain reaction. In this chain reaction, what happens is that the neutron collides with the uranium-235 atom and converts into smaller atoms, and the neutron released is then collided with the uranium-235 other atoms of the uranium, and further the chain reaction continues. The heat amount produced is very large in this type of reaction. This type of reaction is called fission reaction, and the heat produces about 200 mega electron volt, so this is very high amount of heat. So now we'll be discussing about the layout of the and subsystems of the nuclear power plants. So this is the basic layout of a nuclear power plant. We have a reactor over here. So what it does is that it has a concrete shield which protects it from the outside surrounding. We have fuel rods and moderators over here. What it does is that the when the fission reaction occurs, the moderator actually controls the speed of the neutron released during this reaction, so that it can have a efficient if the velocity is very high of the neutron released, then efficient fission reaction or chain reaction cannot occur. So therefore we need to control the speed of the neutrons. We use graphite and sometimes water also as a moderator. So we have a thermal shield for protection, and this is the reactor core. What happens that the heat produced over here, it is used for heating the water, and it is exchanged, the heat energy of the water is exchanged by the heat exchanger, or you can say a boiler, and goes into the turbine, and it goes to the generator, and as you know, it goes to the condenser, and then the feed pump. This cycle is separate from this one, and in this cycle, the after heat exchange, we have a circulating pump which regulates the water in this cycle. So this is a basic layer of the nuclear power plant, and you can understand the main component, that is the reactor part in this nuclear power plant. Now we'll be discussing about the types of reactors used in the nuclear power plants. So we have a boiling water reactors, which is also known as BWR. In this, we have the reactor where the fission reaction occurs. Along with moderators, we use control rods in the nuclear power plants. These control rods actually controls the reaction. If these control rods are not there, it absorbs the neutron. If they are not there, then what happens is that the fission reaction multiplies, and it will be out of control, and we may have a blast in the nuclear power plant. So we use control rods of boron and other substances to absorb the neutrons. So basically we heat the water, and it converts into steam and is passed through the turbine, and which is coupled through the generator, and electricity is produced. And we have a condenser which condenses the steam produced over here with the help of water supply either from river or some tank, and then we pump it back into the chamber. So we have pressurized water reactors. In this, we use a pressurizer over here, and unlike the boiling water reactors, the water present inside the reactor does not converts into steam. We use the pressurizer to increase the pressure of the water, so that the boiling point of the water increases. So after the reaction, due to high pressure, the very high temperature of the water is present inside this red line. So we use a heat exchanger over here, or a steam generator, which converts the water coming from the condenser or pump. It converts into steam, and it is passed through the turbine generator, and then it goes to the condenser. So we use this pressurizer to increase the pressure and to increase the boiling point of the water, so that at high temperatures the water does not get converted into steams.